Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, January 25th, 2025. I cannot believe how fast January has just dissipated. It's just gone. Guys, time just seems to be just rolling on down the river. Today, we're going to build our very first pendant. It's going to represent the spirituality realm. I am a very spiritual person, guys, and I was just thinking back when I used to play the game World of Warcraft. I had a pretty high level character back in the day, and I just remember when you'd die, you'd float as a little energy orb, and you would go back to the resurrection spot. There were certain places you could move your little orb to be resurrected. And guys, I learned so much about life itself playing that game. I mean, looking back and how life is actually kind of implemented, how that game kind of implemented certain things in real life. It's pretty dang amazing, guys. You know, I don't even need like a PlayStation 5. I don't need video consoles, because what I have done in my life is I've actually turned life itself into a game console itself. To me, life is just a huge game, guys. And that's how I approach all things in life, especially when I come up with things like hurdles through my life, you know, certain struggles and things. I kind of treat it as a game. So it's more interacting. It's so much fun, guys. To me, life is huge. It's just a huge game, and I love the shit out of life, guys. Anyway, today we are actually going to build our very first pendant, and it does represent the spiritual realm, guys. I'm a very highly spiritual person. So let's see what we can create, guys. Each of the little things I'm going to have on it do have representation. They are symbolisms of certain spiritualities. I'm not going to go into what they represent and all that, not today. But in time, we may circle back around and continue on. I'm just kind of getting my story out there and just having a good time, guys. I'm just having a good time. So I'm going to cut a couple of pieces here. We're going to begin milling them down so that we can create bezels for our little pieces. And we're going to connect them all up and do what we do around here at Galaxy Sparkles, guys. We are going to turn imagination into reality. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. That's going to help my channel. It's going to help the algorithm get me out there, and I would highly appreciate it. So if you get any kind of joy, any kind of laughter, any kind of awes out of my channel, just give me a like, guys. Maybe even comment and help me on my craftsmanship. I'd appreciate it, because I am a beginner at this, and I'm just learning and having a good time, and hope y'all's having a good time too. So let's get started. That's enough jibber jabber. Let's get to working, boys. We got to go. Y'all hang tight. Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to solder up the first piece of we got our round bezel made, and we're going to put some backing on it. We're going to solder this thing up real quick. Shouldn't take very long, and then we're going to continue on to our next piece. I've got quite a few pieces laid out for this pendant. We'll just see how they all go and how we can sculpt them all together. I kind of laid them out before I started creating the bezels so that I could kind of have an idea of exactly what I wanted. So I have a virtual idea. So let's turn this imagination into reality and do what we do around here at Galaxy Sparkles. Exactly what we do here at Galaxy Sparkles. Turn imagination into reality. So here we go, guys. It looks like we got our first one soldered up real nice, and we're going to continue on to our next one. We'll get this cut out. Once we get them all made up, we'll go out to the sander and do some sanding for a while and try to make this the best, highest quality possible. So here we go. Y'all hang tight. Here we go. All right, guys, we've got our second bezel made up here. We're going to go ahead and solder it up, and we're going to continue on this journey. I got quite a few more bezels to make up. We're going to put multiple stones on this particular pendant, and Let's see what happens. Let's do some sculpting, guys. We're gonna do some sculpting today. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. Let's solder this thing up together. Here we go. I'm gonna give it a little press down just to make sure we get some good penetration all the way around it. And voila, that's that, guys. Looks pretty good all the way around to me. All right, let's quench it, cut it, and continue on our next one. Here we go. All right, guys, I got some little pieces here. I'm gonna try to thin them out just a little bit and make some plates. Make a little bit of plate there. So let's get started here. That's a little tight. We're gonna have to loosen him off just for beginners. Golly, I still got him too tight. All right. Got our first one ran through there. Get us some plate made. So, oh, them half turns are. I gotta get this thing mounted here pretty quick, boys. That's a little bit of extra too much effort right there, guys. That's a lot of effort trying. Let's go some quarter turns for a minute. You gotta get this bad boy mounted up so we can make this happen a little easier. All right, guys, we got some nice plate there made. That'll be handy. I'm gonna try to keep it the same identical thickness there. All right, there we go, guys. We got us a little bit extra plate made, so let's go back in here and solder up a couple of bezels to it. Here we go, y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I got my plate and my next bezel actually annealed in there, and I'm gonna come out here and use my vise as an anvil. Get these plates nice and flat so we have us a nice little soldering platform there, and everything solders up nice and uniform like it's supposed to. So today may be actually a good day to go to Lowe's and pick me up some bolts so I can mount my vise and mount my mill. Today, it's supposed to get up in the 50 today, so I can get out on my bicycle and my little electric bicycle. Believe me, I'm not going to be out there pedaling on purpose, but get on my electric bicycle, roll over to Lowe's. It's probably about 2 miles away or so, not too bad for a little electric bicycle. Well, I got a Pedigo Boomerang Platinum right here, and you know, it does 20 miles an hour, and heck, I've had it for about 2.5 years and got over 14,000 miles on it. So it's a lot of fun. It gets me out in nature, gets my imagination rolling, and I just have a good time on the old bicycle. So I'll probably jump on my bicycle and head over to the Lowe's today, pick up 4 bolts, and maybe tomorrow get these things mounted to my workbench, guys. So that's probably gonna be a good thing to do. That needs to happen. All right, y'all hang tight. We got everything nice and smashed, and we're gonna head on in there and get this thing soldered up. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we are on our 3rd bezel. We are gonna go ahead and get this thing nice and soldered up real quick. Shouldn't take that long, so let's solder this thing up together. I'm gonna make a solder ball and just have it dropped right in there. I'm gonna do another one on this corner. Just drop it right in the corner right there. I'm getting pretty efficient at that stuff, guys. Let's drop one over here in this corner. Just, whoo, that's getting hot on the old meat. Let it drop. I'm gonna make a solder ball out of that real quick. Drop it in that corner. Ah. Yeah. All right, guys, we're soldered up real nice now for sure. All right, we're gonna quench it, cut it, and set it aside, and continue to our next bezel. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we are on our fourth bezel. I got my third arm holding it so it can squeeze the corner together so we get us a nice solder joint I had. Y'all hang tight, be right. All right, guys, I opted to actually use this other holder right here. Seemed like it'd be a little bit easier, a little bit more efficient. So let's get this thing heated up right quick and lay some solder to it. Should go fairly quick because it is fairly thin bezel. So here we go. There we are. We're already laced up, guys. Alrighty, I'm gonna quench this thing. We're gonna solder us a back into it and do what we do around here. Turn that imagination into reality, guys. I think I got 2 more stones, but I only got 1 more piece for a bezel, and I really don't feel like we'll see what we come along with here in just a minute. So not quite sure exactly how it's going to work out. I may have to go cut some more material. I'm not quite sure yet, but we're going to put a good eye on it and figure it out from here. So y'all hang tight. All right, guys, this is going to be our last bezel right here. That's going to give us 5, and then we'll start sculpting our pendant to these bezels. So let's get this little last triangle right here to the back of this plate. And we're going to do some dribbling like we do in basketball. We're going to dribble some solder right down there on certain important parts of the bezel. Dribble, dribble. Here we go, guys, balling it up, and it gets heavy enough to fall right in place, and it's pretty dang cool, actually. Glad to learn that technique. All right. We are completely soldered up, guys. I'm going to hit that little seam right there. Make sure, oh, them old meats are getting spicy hot, boys. Get my meat out of there. Woo! I'm going to start putting some meat protector on more often. I haven't burnt myself good enough in about 3 weeks, so I haven't learned my lesson, I guess, or lesson overlearned or something. So anyway, I'm going to quench this thing, cut it, and we're going to take them out to the sander, clean them up, and we're going to start doing some sculpting, guys, so y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I'll bring y'all along for a couple of the sandings here, but we ain't going to do too much sanding with you, but we'll bring you along for a couple of them. So here we go. Let's get started. Y'all hang tight. Let's do this thing together. Here we go. All right, guys, I got everything nice and configured the way I think it represents kind of what is inside of my universe, inside of me, inside of my mind. So we're going to solder this little thing up, put some magic behind it, and do some abracadabra and bring imagination into reality, guys. Let's begin soldering up the spiritual realm pendant. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we are going to do some dribbling on this thing, get everything nice and heated up, and use this stick solder to do some dribbling, and we're going to put some abracadabra magic behind all this and bring all this imagination into reality, guys, just like we do. Here we go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me some comments too. Give me some of that craftsmanship skills, guys. I could use all the craftsmanship skills I could possibly. Oh, we got to get some dribble on the right areas, guys. We got to do a little more concentrating. Man, we're molding statues with this damn solder, guys. Here we go. We got a nice piece on there this time. Molding statues with the damn solder, guys. I'm gonna turn it over and bring some through the other end there. Make sure it's all nice and soldered up real good. Solder likes to draw toward the heat, so let's pull it from the top side down to the bottom here, guys. All right, we got the triangle, we getting the rectangle. It's come, the square. Yep, here it comes, and let's. Oh yeah, all right, guys, we're nice and soldered up. Let's sit there and let that marinate for just a minute, and we'll begin. I got to go out in the garage and make a couple of pieces for the chain to hang on, and we'll go from there, guys, so y'all hang tight. All right, guys, I've burned up a whole tank of fuel today on soldering up here and annealing and all that stuff. I had to refill my tank so I could finish this little soldering job. So here we go, guys. I got some solder dribbled on there, and I was about out of fuel and had to refill real quick. So let's solder these little things up together right quick, and then we'll begin setting some stones and call this little project a done data, guys. Uh-oh, don't move on me. Dang. All right, guys, I'm going to stop right there. I think it's soldered up, and I don't want to take a chance of unsoldering the rest of this stuff, so I'm going to have to do a little sanding to get them solder balls off there, and we'll see y'all in just a minute. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we have finished the spiritual realm pendant. It turned out fairly nice. I'm going to grade this a C-. It definitely has many flaws in it, and it's just practice, guys, but it did turn out fairly unique. It's definitely unique, and it definitely has some meaning. I'm not going to try to explain the meanings to you. It's just something very meaningful, has my own personal meaning to it, and I do grade this a C-, and we're going to continue getting better. We're going to start shrinking these stuff too. Once I get into a little bit better craftsmanship, we're going to get into a lot smaller stones, and I'm going to begin shrinking my work to make it wearable and all that stuff. So yeah, guys, as soon as I get a little bit more crafty, it may take me a year and a half or so to get a little bit better. But as we get better, we're definitely going to begin shrinking our projects and make it pretty desirable, hopefully. So in the near future, guys, y'all hang tight. Let's watch it all go down. That's all I can tell you. We're going to wake up a better version of ourselves tomorrow, a better craftsman tomorrow, and continue on this journey. So y'all hang tight. That's going to be all for this week. We'll see y'all next week, guys. And like always, I'm going to leave you a huge energy ball, guys. I'm going to leave you a huge energy ball full of energy, full of imagination, full of love, full of joy, and full of connectedness. Coming at you. All right, guys, catch that if you can. If you try to see it coming at you, you better brace yourself, because if it hits you, it's going to hit you hard. It's going to change your life. Y'all hang tight. We'll see y'all next week.